Hello and welcome to All Creatures Farm and Rescue. My name is Briar, and today we kind of have a crazy episode. I hope you don't get queasy. We had a surgery in the backyard, and it might get a little bit crazy, but don't worry, there's no blood. And Finn will tell you what's been up this week.
So we have bad news and we have good news. The bad news is one night we got back really late and we forgot to look up the mom hen and her chick. And then the next morning, the chick was gone. And so we're hoping he didn't get eaten by anything, but maybe he just ran away. But let's hope for the best. And the good news is that 2 other hens are laying on eggs, so we're hoping to have more chicks pretty soon.
So do the mama hens have any names yet?
So the viewers picked out 2 names, and we'll tell you them at the end of the video.
Nelly's not the brightest pig. She's sitting here throwing a little fit because she can't get into the leftover chicken food. All she has to do is walk around the gate. Nelly, come on. Nelly, it's over here, babe. Hey, come on, girl. Come on. There we go. We'll see what the chickens think of you. Oh. Nelly and her friends. The other pigs are jealous. They're too big, too fat to escape the garden gate, but Nelly's still small enough. She gets the benefits, the perks of escaping.
I go with my toolbox.
There should be some
or electrical.
in
Just something to like
my
wrap it up.
electrical tape. There might be a roll by
If you guys want to wait for that, you guys can do it in the very end.
Angus, trying to think. Follow Mars path. She dropped the bottle of betadine.
Leg and betadine.
Quick, Angus, quick. It's just a.
I'll have to find it.
Sibling rivalry, who gets to cut?
You need to cut some links of the tape, or you want to undo it as you go?
No, I'll undo it. You want to have a tension.
All right, so let's go. What do you do? Tell me what to do.
Take the deer out.
All right, get the deer out.
Exactly.
Ren, you start, or Finny. Oh, we lost him.
That's real good.
Finn, you start praying for the deer.
All right, now.
You want to wrap it? Oh, you guys are.
Yeah, I'll tell you right. You'd be surprised. The more you mess with them, the worse it's going to be. It's almost like.
I'd rather mess with it and not get kicked by it and Eli's knife go into my forearm after it goes through this deer's infected leg.
Okay,
So
wait.
just wrap the front too.
Aaron, how about your shirt? You're gonna have to take your shirt off or it's gonna be ruined.
Oh, you just want. All the guys have no shirts on.
That's true too. Oh.
So we need to hold it down. There.
Oh.
Okay, go. Okay, give me the bucket of soap, Nash. Perfect. Hold it
That
right
does
there.
need to come off. That's nasty.
Real quick.
Why? What are you doing?
The longer
You
you
gotta wash
restrain,
it.
the better
Go.
they are. Or the worse they are.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure.
I don't want to give them a heart attack.
Hey, you said you want to cut off. I'm holding it. If you get what if you get leprosy?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. All right, you ready?
Hey, away from my thumb.
What's going to happen is going to be like mass over dramatized. Nothing's even going to happen.
Okay.
Legs
Make sure
off.
you don't need to
I think we're good.
cut off. There's like it's like necrotizing. See
I don't care.
that?
That'll come off.
You don't
He's
want to
already
wrap
got
it
the
if it's not
wool at
bleeding.
this, go.
Yeah.
All right.
Leave it on there.
Yes.
Let it rot off.
Yep.
The Band-Aid.
You can.
Give me
I
the
know,
Curlex.
I know. Give me the flame flong.
Okay.
Curlex. You just made that up. Give me the
Pick
William
that
flopper.
up.
Yeah, pick that up, please, nurse.
No,
We're
no
not
one
nurses.
around.
We're officially doctors now.
You sure it's good to wrap it, even though it's already like
Yes.
massively? Okay. I'll trust you.
Infection.
Dad has a lot of medical experience.
Yeah, I do. I've been in the
Been
hospital.
doing
you
it for years.
That's true. You have been in the hospital a lot.
We're not
Yeah,
gonna use
too
all of
damn
it.
much.
Where's the scissors?
Don't die on us.
Don't you go dying on me. You go dying on me now. Come on in. Tell him you've been shot. COVID. Yeah, there you go.
COVID.
Yeah.
COVID. The
Now
deer
we're
does not
requesting
have COVID.
COVID?
You don't
COVID
cut off a deer's
2.0.
leg, they have
Believe in
COVID.
COVID.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, wrong. This is the wrong house for that. This is the house of Trump. You feed him when we're done.
Yes.
Don't put this on the
you'll go
video,
in
but I was
color.
wrapping the electrical tape upside down for the majority of that.
That'll be on the comments. Does this jerk know he's wrapping the electrical tape upside down? Now you're doing it right after surgery.
Good job, Ben.
as this other
better not get
deer.
my
He's like,
stuff.
just give me food. I'm traumatized.
Oh,
Poor deer.
That's good job. Eli, thank
look
you
at
for
that.
the deer.
He's doing good. Doesn't seem
Well,
to be
Eli.
bothered by it.
Did it again.
It's just blood.
It's just blood.
It's blood.
There was no blood. Thankfully.
It's water.
Wow, he's
something.
happy to have that bottle fed. He's hungry.
Yeah.
Dad, did you eat breakfast this morning? Did you eat breakfast this morning?
Hey, this is yours.
He's doing good. So far, so good.
As you will. We use it on a kid again.
I just wanted to rot off. I wasn't worried about the blood so much.
It did.
Yes, we did.
Didn't even like react when we actually cut, which means it probably didn't feel it. I'm just glad Jules gonna be mad at me for ruining my clothes.
Nothing happened. All good.
Okay, so my big mistake here. We filmed Gil, I think, the other day and told you he was having some skin problems. We thought it was mange, but like I said, this is our first time around with pigs. I misdiagnosed it. He's continued to get worse, even though we've dosed him twice with ivermectin. So we called the vet today. They were all filled up, of course, but they were so kind and let us email pictures. And they said, it's not mange, it's called greasy pig disease, which isn't a good one. But we're all set. We've got penicillin and a special shampoo that hopefully will give him some relief. And we'll just pray that he makes it. This can be a deadly disease. Sometimes it's overtaken them and it gets into their system and they can't fight it. But we'll hope he pulls through. Pray for Gil. So he feels really gross, like pure lumpy scabs underneath his hair, poor guy. So we're just trying to get him completely covered with the lather.
Oh, he's about to lay down.
That's okay if he lays down. We want him completely covered, and then this stuff has to sit on him for 10 minutes. This stuff is a, what did it say? Antimicrobial and antifungal, so hopefully the, Rigsby, hopefully the shot will help on the inside. This soap will help on the outside and give him some comfort. Poor Gil. Shake like a dog.
Come off.
Now he's feeling a little better. Water, food, and nice shampoo all over. This is how we're letting him kill his 10-minute waiting period for this shampoo to come off. Ooh, his belly's just like pure scab.
I know, I can see it coming
Sad.
off.
I know, it's almost like it comes off. Ugh. Look at that. Eek. Yuck. Pretty gross, Gil. Sorry, buddy.
Uh-oh. That just rolled down.
They just kind of come off. They're nasty.
Kind of like, TV skin. Kind of like the Humber flavor.
So here's a future work project slash hope and dream, is we would really like to build a bigger, at least one, bigger cage for the wildlife rescues. Like, as you can see now, the raccoons are in this one, and so they've kind of dominated it. If we were to get something different, like a goose with a broken leg or possums, a lot of times you can't just throw everybody in the same cage. And as you saw with the deer, we were putting them in some small metal cages. Those are okay, especially when you have an injured animal. But ideally, it'd be good to have a bigger cage that's predator proof with the really good small wire like this, that hardware wire, I think they call it, where little animals can't get out, bad animals can't get in. So this is a cage that has served us really well. It's just when there's something in it and you get another animal, we need more. So our dream is to build another cage even bigger. Like when you saw the fawns, when we lock them up for nights or lock them up for days, it would just be more of a natural setting for them to have some more space. Hello, girls. Over at Aaron's work, they actually do have some bigger, nicer cages. That's kind of our goal. So we're going to take you on a trip today over to his work to check out those cages and see what our hopes and dreams are. Thankfully, Aaron works just a few miles away from home, which makes it nice for us and nice for him. He runs a residential boarding school for struggling teenage boys. And so due to that, we'll respect their privacy. We probably won't talk to the boys while we're here, but we do want to show you the cages, and we'll see if they have any animals out here that they're working on.
So this is probably one of the biggest ones they have here in our dad's business. And the best thing about it is mostly just the size. In the spring and in the fall, when we get our hawks and owls, just any birds of prey we ever get, it's nice to have something this big that they can fly around and exercise their wings in. For the one we have at home, it's not really big enough to do that. You can put them in and it's not a big problem, but they can't really go around much. And especially nice for the coons with all the stuff you can put in there. It's just a lot better.
From the inside of this cage, it's just nice. You've got so much more height and so much more room in general. I love the height though, because you can put up the logs, sticks, branches, and almost any animal you have in here is going to enjoy running around on those, crawling on them, and it makes this, I don't know, it's just closer to the wild. It's more like them being up in a tree. So these raccoons are actually really nice and friendly. They were two that were in that bucket. When you remember, there used to be 4 in a bucket in the garage being fed. These are 2 of those that are now getting there, getting ready to be released. Here's another one of the cages that they've got. And once again, it's just nice because it's so much bigger than ours. They've got a ton of branches and things in there this time, but it just gives you a lot more flexibility. Yeah, so that's our goal. A lot of you have asked how you can support our rescue efforts, and we don't ever want anybody to feel any pressure at all to give us money to support feeding or caring for the animals. But there are those of you who would like to help, and we're not going to turn that down. Everything we do with rescue is on our own. It's all volunteer, and you don't get reimbursed, sadly. But we're thankful that we have the ability to do it. We are working on setting up something called Patreon, and that's a program where people will be able to donate as much or as little as they want on a monthly basis. And that money will go to projects. This would probably be our first project, building a new cage. There's also the bottles, the formula, the medications, the food. It's ongoing supplies that we're working on and buying for the rescue efforts. So the one animal that we haven't really focused much on in our videos has been the dogs. They're just kind of the constant around here. We take them for granted probably. So we wanted to introduce you to all the dogs, tell you a little bit about them. This is Naira. She's the one we call Grandma. She's the oldest one we have. I don't even know how old she is. But she's done breeding. We just let her enjoy her life. She still does a good job and barks and guards now and then, but she's faithful. She never runs off. She never does anything bad. She never chases chickens. She's just good and dependable, and a good one for the younger ones to learn from. You introduce your dog right there.
This is Rigsby. He's also one of the older ones. We had her before him, but he came right after her, and he's really nice. He's one of my favorites. He's super nice.
He's our only male, and it needs to be that way, otherwise they would fight. But he's the big lover of the family. I don't do it, but Aaron and a lot of the bigger guys, they'll go like this, and Rigsby jumps up on him and gives him a hug.
Give me a hug. Rigsby.
Kind of knocks me over. See if he'll do it for you.
Rigsby, give me a hug. I have a mic on.
He just wants to get petted right
pets.
now.
Come here, big bird.
Why don't you turn around so he comes over here? Rigsby,
Riggs, come here.
come here, bud.
Come here. Give me a
Say hi
hug.
to
Riggs.
Nash. Just say hi to Nash. So Rigsby's the father of all the litters that we have. And right now, we were hoping that Willow had been bred, but we're gonna go up there and introduce you to her, and I'm not real sure what's going on. She should be about 5 weeks along right now, so typically by now we can start to feel that their bellies are getting a little bit bigger. We'll go check her and see. Go. Now, you want me to do something?
Come here. Oh, it's okay. Come here. Come here. Howdy.
Hey, go on. Go on, Fern.
Fernie. Ow.
Uh-oh, you okay?
Yeah. It's It's alright, I saved almost all of it.
Fern is the one that just had a litter of puppies back in February. So if you notice, her coat is a lot shorter and a lot thinner than like Naira or Rigsby or Willow. And that's because after their litter is weaned, they tend to, hey, stop it. They tend to lose their hair, they call blowing their coat, and then they grow in a nice new coat. So by winter, she's gonna be looking really good. And Willow over here, laying down, hoarding her food. Come here, girl. So here's Willow. She's the one that we thought might be pregnant, but I don't know. She's still feeling really thin right here. Not like she has a big belly full of puppies, but she's only about 5 weeks along if she's pregnant. So we'll just keep an eye on her. It'll definitely become obvious if she is. She's a good girl. She's a great protector. She tends to like to run around the land with Rigsby if they're both free together. So we kind of alternate who's living in the pasture, and we don't let them both out at the same time.
All right, so on Sunday, and today is Tuesday, we wrapped the deer's leg. It was already pretty much, there wasn't any blood. We wrapped it mainly just to keep the wound relatively clean, and if there would be any residual bleeding, maybe later after things calm down, which I didn't expect. But we're gonna leave for a few days, my wife and I and grandmother. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this wrap so it doesn't do any kind of damage to his leg while we're gone. And you know, hopefully it'll be okay as far as like, you know, I have to take a look at it here, but it should be fine. So that's what we're doing.
Okay,
ready?
make her sit.
And sit. Good girl. You get deer milk.
I can't believe she likes it.
doing it, Dad.
Oh, he's fighting for
over
it.
it.
That's disgusting.
They're both sitting for it.
You guys are so weird. Look, they scooch forward while still
They're
sitting.
fighting over it.
That's amazing. You guys are disgusting.
Look at her sit there licking her mouth.
Come on, Crystal.
Nelly's all afraid back there.
You're not afraid of her, are you, Ann? You like it. Who's the one under her?
Diana.
You're Diana. You got someone. Oh, never mind. Ann's Piggy.
Uh-huh.
You got it. Good boy.
Nelly's afraid. All right, take a hike. All right. You're just gonna see.
I can try. It's just kind of, they're all kind of getting in the way. All right, Croissant, come here. Croissant, get over here, bud. Hey, Croissant. Croissant. No. Come on, move, buddy. Croissant. He's hungry. Do you not notice they have a lot of food? Hi, Baguette. You done? One more? Want to share a popsicle with me? So we basically just caught him because he's starting to run around. And we don't really want him to be free yet because he can get hurt out here just with one leg. So we want it, well, with one of those legs gone. So we want him to kind of get used to it first. And eventually when he gets a little more tame, we'll start letting him out like the others. But you're fine. Hi, Nelly. Oh, he's done. Should we put Croissant in there? Mm-hmm. I can do it. I think he's going to want more. Okay. All right, buddy.
Now there's a happy pig. Nice clean water on a hot day. Ann's over there trying to find some more food. Roll the bucket around and hope something falls out.
Well, it's been a pretty wild week. We'll start with updates on the deer. So with Baguette, still gone. I think this is day 3. I think he's still too young to be on his own, so chance something got him. They have to be free. I mean, to me, that's the whole purpose of the soft release and browsing and getting the right foods they need. But this happens and it stinks, but this is, part of the game. And then the kids were feeding. Well, tonight we went to go take the bandage off of Pretzel from the surgery, and instead of taking the bandage off, he gets away. So I think it's a little early. He's only been here 4 days, but it's possible that he'll come back in the morning for food. And if he does, then we'll feed him, put him back in the cage, and then take the bandage off and kind of restrap it up. But we're going to be going to Idaho actually tomorrow morning. So the kids out to the bandage. We'll get stylists over here to help them or somebody. But tomorrow we'll be leaving for Idaho first thing in the morning. Actually, it'll still be very, very early in the morning to go visit my wife's mom's other children and grandkids and have some fun. So, Angus, what do you have to update?
So we named the 2 chickens that are laying up at the shop, and the black and white one's name is Pecky Lou, and we named it that because there was a 5-year-old that mentioned it, and we all liked it a lot. So, and then the other one is yellow, and we named it Dorcas. And we like that one a lot because it's from the Bible, and they're both doing really well.
What's Pecky Lou from?
I don't know.
Maybe like Tricky Lou.
Sounds like Tricky Lou.
All creatures, great and small. Yeah, maybe so. What about? So you have the joke, but typically before the joke we do what we're thankful for. Mm-hmm. And right now, you listen. The sweet sound of cicadas. I'm thankful for that. I like the summer noises, so very grateful for that. And guess what about the joke? Your favorite part?
Yeah. So, what's a chicken's favorite game to play in the pool?
I have no idea.
Marco Polo.
Oh, wow. So, on that note, have a great week.